On today's episode, we catch up with one of the founding fathers of drum and bass in India, Sohail Arora. We take a look at my epic UK tour diary. And lastly, the mesmerizing voice of Tejas. Oh yeah, it's on the Vh1 Music Diaries. Our guest today is one of the poster boys for drum and bass music in India, and he is singularly responsible for kickstarting the bass music scene here. I am very happy and proud to have on the show today Mr. Sohail Arora, one half of the Bay Beat Collective DJ crew. What's up, Sohail?
What's happening?
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, pleasure.
So, you've been doing this for years now. Very few people know you started off as a vocalist in a metal band. He's like the Indian Skrillex. How was the Skin Cold days, man? Do you miss those days?
Yeah, of course, man. It was great when it happened. It was during college. And yeah, there was a lot of aggression that needed outlet, I guess. And people think I don't listen to rock music anymore, but that's not true.
Yeah, I've seen this guy in mosh pits, okay? He is still a certified...
Yeah, I remember a gig we played in Delhi as Skin Cold, and it took exactly 10 minutes for the cops to come and shut the place down because there were mosh pits and there were fights and everything. So I have seen the aggressive side of rock music.
I've got Skin Cold gigs, and I've seen some of the mayhem this guy creates on stage. How did he get into music to begin with? I mean, take us back to pre-Skin Cold days.
I mean, it goes way back, man. When I was small, I used to listen to Tracy Chapman. My mom used to listen to a lot of old school stuff. I grew up to music, and obviously no one knows, but I used to take part in singing competitions in school as well. And they were horrible. There was a time when my mom came for one of those competitions, and she was so embarrassed she left the thing without telling me.
Do you remember what song was that?
No. So yeah, it goes way back then to school. So it was a very natural thing for me, and I'm happy that I'm doing that, you know, as a profession.
How did this jump to electronic music happen?
I guess I have always sort of evolved musically, not for the better or the good. I'm not gonna say that one genre is better than the other, but just generally as an evolution. Yeah, a lot of the UK sort of sound really influenced me, and that's how the shift happened, and a lot of influences and things really inspired me to like electronic music over time, and so that's how I got into it, you know.
So how did Bay Beat Collective start? You know, what is a collective? Can you just explain that to the audience?
I guess what happened was that I used to visit this joint called Zenzi. I think it's probably 2006, 2007. I heard a lot of new sounds that I'd never heard before, and there was Chris Correa, the resident DJ there, who used to play a lot of drum and bass and a lot of house music and a lot of electronic music basically, and it was sort of my introduction to electronic music at the local level, you know. And it basically started with my interest to sort of practice on CD players, learn mixing and DJing and stuff like that. So a friend of mine, Rafael, from back then, both of us, we wanted to like just start playing something different. Everyone was playing a lot of house music. Psytrance was huge, has always been. So we wanted to play something different. We started on a Monday night. We took the place. We did some parties on every Monday. I used to get a China box and 2 beers to play for a year. That was my fee. Yeah, but it was a good platform for us to practice, and that's where BBC came out of, you know. 3 like-minded people trying to push different sounds, and so we decided to call it a collective, basically.
So how were the audiences reacting in the beginning to, you know, the Bay Beat Collective sound?
I mean, it's India, dude. There was Bhangra, there was all sorts of moves happening. Honestly, like, people were just like, yeah.
They didn't know how to react.
Yeah, they didn't know how to dance to it, honestly. And if I could make some Instagram videos back then, I'm sure I would get a lot of likes for that. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's taken some time. But yeah, it's now pretty legit, you know.
In the beginning, was it hard for you to break through as an electronic musician? With most people taking DJing seriously, at least drum and bass? Hey, this is not techno. I can't dance to this.
So I would say our first year was not really a struggle. I would believe that we were happy doing what we were doing with small nights. For me, I mean, if you want to do something you really believe in, like, you don't have to wait for someone else to do it, you go ahead and do it. And it was more for us than for people, that we wanted to get better at DJing ourselves. So we didn't really think about it, and then obviously it becomes a trend, it becomes cool, and then there are enough people into it. We released an EP, things got bigger, things got more serious, Everything takes time. It's funny how India works though, because, bass music, drum and bass, and a lot of other genres, they've been there since the 90s, and, it's just been 5-6 years that we've really had a scene for that music.
What do you feel the current state of EDM, electronic dance music in India right now?
I think there's a lot of garbage. There's a lot of shit. There are DJs who can't DJ playing everywhere.
Who are these DJs who can't DJ and play everywhere?
Yeah, for me, an artist is someone who makes good music, and not just a DJ. And sure, DJing is a skill, it's a different sort of skill. But if you want to go beyond your city and your friends coming to your gigs and want to become an artist, you need to be able to produce good music, There's a good, healthy dose of artists producing amazing music. So there's pros and cons of everything. I think it's a healthy scene. At the end of the day, a person who plays big room, big house, EDM music is still going to get more people than I will. But we need those people, we need the commercial scene, we need everything to work in balance, So I really believe in that.
You've played in the UK, you've done festivals abroad too. How is the scene from there, the audiences, stages, management, as opposed to how it is over here in India?
Obviously the scene's much bigger because it's an older scene. In fact, it's easier to play to those audiences because they know what they're playing completely. If you can crack India with new forms of music and bear with all the crazy dance moves, I think it's much easier for you. Obviously, you have to lift your showmanship and sort of stage presence to a much higher scale when you're playing internationally. But musically, I think they are a lot more accepting. But I think, we have enough people here also who've become so open-minded about everything, So at the club level, it's pretty similar. I think people in India get paid a lot more than Europe, honestly. I remember I've played in Berlin and my fee was basically a pot in front of me. And people used to put money if they liked the music. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, so I made 62 euros in 2 hours.
I think we should implement that here in India.
I think for sure, man. I think you will definitely know the good from the bad then.
So, I recently got a chance to go to UK and perform at Glastonbury and a couple of other gigs with Shire and Funk. And I made a tour diary of that. Here's P-Man does the UK. Shire and Funk played a couple of gigs in the UK earlier this year, including a special showcase gig in Camden and a little-known festival called Glastonbury. Now, Glastonbury was 5 mad days of camping and watching epic acts. They were very strict about media rights, so here is me in my tent talking about what acts I caught.
So I saw Skrillex last night, saw Rodrigo and Gabriella last night, saw a little bit of Rudimental before it started raining, saw a bunch of different artists. And this place is mental. If the daytime is any indication, nighttime, it's unreal. My feet are killing me. I can't wear those wellies for another 15 minutes. And the stages are so far apart.
Is you jealous? Oh well, the next thing I had to do was catch up with an old friend. What's up, guys? I'm here in London with the vocalist of Zero, Rajiv, in his house. He's been the gracious host, and he's put up me, the drummer of Shire and Funk, and the manager of Shire and Funk. All 3 of us are crashing here and partying in the Zero vocalist house. Are you jealous yet? In the past, you've hosted loads of Indian bands when they're touring the UK or London. They've stayed over here. Which all bands from India have stayed with you?
Well, let's see. Raghu, Dikshit, he didn't necessarily stay with me, a few people stayed with me. Swaratma, Indigo Children, who are now back to being called Superfast now. Yes. Then, you guys have been...
We stayed here once, twice before. All the people back home want to know, what about Zero?
Well, Zero was always... it wasn't so much a band, but it was just 4 people having a lot of fun. So I remember when we first started, it was really difficult. We never went with the agenda of, we're going to promote original music, and it was just, we didn't know any better. But Zero will always be around, but I don't think we're going to ever get back to what we were. I don't think so, at least, because everyone's doing their own thing.
So, which bands from the current lot in India are your favorite?
Who are these fellows, man? Ganesh Talkies.
Ganesh Talkies, fantastic band.
Yeah, I like
one
Ganesh.
of my favorite.
I like Ganesh Talkies. I like their whole attitude on stage, and there is musicianship there. So as a band, you can see that they practice and they know what they're doing. I do like Nishya Parekh. I like it because he's got a different take on things. Shine and Funk, man.
Shine Funk, man. Next stop on the Shine Funk UK tour, we're going to Proud in Camden. This year, the Magnetic Fields Festival had a special international pre-party showcasing some of the best acts from India and the British Asian scene at the iconic Proud Gallery in Camden, London. On the bill were Sharon Funk, Vivek, My Panda Shall Fly, Moniker, and Bass Foundation. It was an epic party, and I can't wait for the festival later this year. And after an epic trip, it was time to head back home. I didn't want to leave, but I know you guys needed more of me and VMD. You might not be able to catch gigs in the UK like me, but you can definitely head for these gigs. Dance music star Kryder is touring the country. Make sure to catch him playing at Royalty in Mumbai on the 28th of August, Delhi 29th of August, and City Bar in Bengaluru on the 30th of August. And catch the trance music duo Pax at the High Spirits in Pune on the 28th of August and at Kismet in Hyderabad on the 30th of August.
This is Nishya Parekh. Keep watching Vh1 Music Diaries.
So tell me some of your favorite vocalists. So your all-time favorite band so far?
During my Skin Cold days, obviously my biggest influence till date has been Deftones, Chino Moreno. A lot of people thought I used to look like him and sing like him. A lot of new electronic artists, Gui Barato, Nicholas Ja, but then again there's telepop music, one of the artists from a long time I've been listening to. Yeah, I'm really enjoying that whole melodic down-tempo stuff as well. And Alt J come right there as well, and definitely one of my favorite acts right now.
We may contain the urge to run away, but hold her down with soggy curves and breeze blows. Cetirizine, your fevers greet me again. Never kisses, or do you ever send a full stop? Do you know where the waffles go? They go along to take your honey. Way down how we build our breakfast down and say my love, love, love.
What do you predict for the future of EDM in India right now? Where do you think the scene is going?
I think it's going in the right direction. There's enough to do There's enough to play. I mean, there's enough gigs, there's enough festivals. It's amazing to see the kind of festivals in India itself. I think our festivals are good enough for any sort of international artist to come and have a great time playing at. My music on my iTunes is almost like 30, 70, 40, 60, where I have a lot of Indian content as well that I like listening to, which wasn't the case maybe 5 years ago. So I think it's a good step. It's going in the right direction. I'm really excited to be part of it. And yeah, man, I think you would agree with me on that for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So we here at VMD love our guests, and we give out gifts to everyone, and I got you personally this lovely gift which I think will help you, especially those club nights which is dark, this grimy dark place will help you DJ better. And so
whoa, nice.
Yeah, here you are.
Nice. Thank you. Yeah, man, I think I'm ready to rock a club right now.
Thank you so much, Sohail, for coming on the show, and
stay sick.
Stay sick. What is this life full of care? We have no time to stand and stare. No time to just sit and chill and just relax. But fear not, fair maidens, right here on VMD, we bring you that chilling space. This is called The Vibe. This is a segment where we ask musicians to perform acoustic versions of their song, and we have that lady killer, Tejas, doing just that.
Hi, my name is Tejas. I'm a singer-songwriter, period. I've been singing since school, so I mean that's like since grade 6, 7. I'm going to be playing a song which I wrote called Brave. The title sounds like it's a very, inspirational song. Actually, if you hear the lyrics, it's not really about it. It's more about how people are not brave, and they, and why. It's very whiny. It's like, why are you not brave? But that's fine. I mean, it's not as all bubblegummy as it's supposed to be. But yeah, it does have a strong message. I wrote it actually for a friend, and I wanted that friend to be just, go out there and achieve. And, because people have that, thing in them, but sometimes they just don't know what to do with it. So I wrote this song about that and saying that, why don't you just give it a try. That's it. So that's what the song is about. Don't you know, it's always been this hard. You gave up everything and barely left a mark, yeah. Not even a scratch on the surface, so you detach and you curse this sorry excuse for life. Hold my hand and you see what this world was really meant to be. Take all the time that you need, and you believe you could be brave, but I don't even know why you try to erase all those lies. Can't even understand why you hold my hand. Won't you just give it a try? Won't you just give it a try? Won't you just give it a try? How many times do I have to tell you the truth? It's not at all like you have not been made a fool yet. Can you ask yourself the questions you need to hear? Cause you need the strength to cover the length. Won't you rid yourself of the fear, yeah. Hold my hand and you see all this world was really meant to be, yeah. Take all the time that you need, and you believe you could be brave, but I don't even know why you try to erase all those lies. Can't even understand why you won't hold my hand. Won't you try? Won't you just give it a try? Won't you just give it a try? Try to run away, but you can't, 'cause you gotta be brave. Try to run away, but you can't, 'cause you gotta be brave. Try to run away, but you can't, 'cause you gotta be brave. You could be brave, but I don't even know why you try to erase all those lies. Can't even understand why you hold my hand. Won't you just give it a try? Won't you just give it a try? Won't you just give it a try? Won't you just give it a try?
I'd like to thank my parents, my fans, my phone. Sorry, man. Actually, I was just picturing what these musicians would say when they have found out that they have won the Instagrammies. On today's Instagrammies, we bring you some of the many faces of them superstar musicians. This is Calvin Harris's art face. This is Demi Lovato's 6 a.m. glamour face. This is Jacoby from Papa Roach making the same face as this fan's t-shirt. Time to get out my Katy Perry t-shirt. That's all we have for today, but you know you got to be here next week. So please, people, next week, right here, same time, same place, Vh1 Music Diaries. This is P-Man signing off. On the next episode of VMD, Warren Mendonça. You know who. And VMD goes to Malar.
There's a new sensation, there's a vibration, spiritual foundation, vibration.